Now, ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome on dais for the international perspective, Dr. Anita K. Sharma, Counselor, Royal Danish Embassy, New Delhi. Please grace this occasion by your words, ladies and gentlemen. थोड़ी तालियों के साथ, I think we should welcome her. She is here just for us, so please help me to welcome.
I'm here for you, you are here for me, so we are there for together to create a sustainable world. Thank you. And there is a presentation, I prepared a small presentation which really shows, because I was asked here to say gender equality, women empowerment, and women in governance. So for me as a researcher, I just go back, where do we come, how do we get these buzzwords? And how can we create this kind of gender equality, women empowerment, and women in governance? So this picture actually depicts whatever we are talking about. You can see gender equality over there. You can see women empowerment over there. You can actually see women in governance, because these photos are because Denmark and India has this green strategic partnership, and both the governments started this partnership back in September 2020. And this is a true equality, true everything. Yeah. So as I said, these were the topics that were given that I should talk about. And I'm taking few examples as my background. I'm actually water expert, working in the water field for the past 30 years. Have been in India, been to Denmark, and back into India as a Danish diplomat here. And have been in all the different sectors, actually. I have been in the research, in the technology, in the innovation, as a citizen. So with that experience, I'm trying to give a few perspectives from my side. So when we had this word gender equality, women empowerment, women leadership, these all come from different sectors. So when we need to have something which has to be a sustainable water sector development, because that is our main goal we want to achieve. To achieve it, we actually need all these 4 pillars, we call it. We need to have the research. We need to have, we need to have the knowledge. We need to have technology. We need to have citizens. We need to have the regulatory frameworks. If those pillars are not in balance, we cannot get the sustainability. So that is one of the things we need to have. The other one is also the academia, industry, and citizens and governments. So that also has to be there. But if you don't have the social, economic, and the financial sustainability, then sustainable sector will not achieve. And when we talk about innovation, we think it is maybe something that has to be there, but we actually need the basic research. Without that, we cannot further. But also the sustaining research, disruptive research, and the breakthrough research. So these are the kind of innovation we need to have in place. And when we talk about organizational structures, we think managerial level and the other levels, but actually there are several different organizational structures. I have been in all of them, like the matrix one, where you can be a boss for somebody in one matrix, and the other day the other one can be a boss for you. So in that way, you really create a kind of equality in all the structures. So we really need to think what is our aim and how do we achieve. And there it is very, very important to have all the sectors represented, but also gender represented. We need to achieve that kind of an equality to create the sustainable. And there I think this one comes women empowerment and women in governance, because in many sectors we see that the equality is not there. So we need to achieve that equality. We give that empowerment and we give that leadership so that you really create that sustainable environment to achieve the sustainable water management. So I'm taking some few examples from my background also, like the sustainable groundwater management. So there again, we need to maintain the water cycle to achieve this one. Because when you say the water cycle, you have the rain falling, and the Catch the Rain campaign is a really good campaign. Because when the rain falls, and if you don't distribute it into the right way, it will not reach into the groundwater, because that is what is happening. Because of the urbanizations and many things, you are actually making the rain to flow very fast to the recipients without going into the ground. So we really need to bring that water balance back into the nature to really distribute it into all the different environments to achieve it. And to do that, you need to focus on all these sectors. And Denmark being one of those countries that base its groundwater as the drinking water supply source, that means 99% of drinking water comes from the groundwater. So our focus has been a lot on the groundwater. And when you focus on something, then of course the innovation comes, of course the new technologies will arrive. And that's why, for example, if you see in the groundwater aquifer mapping technologies, there are a lot of technologies that come from Denmark. That is because the focus has been on that. And so it is very important that how we make it, the innovation happen, is that where do you want to focus and how do you achieve that sustainability. And the second thing I can also say about the sustainable drinking water supply, because when you need to have what you call belief in that my water supply will be there 24/7. That means I need to have maybe 99.9% sure that when I open my tap, there will be a water. To achieve that, again, you need to look into the entire sustainability aspect. And here I have shown the increase or the decrease in water consumption, because many times we believe that when urbanization comes, maybe your water consumption will increase. Again, we need to have the sustainability and the thing is back. And in Denmark, for example, please, I'll do it. Okay, thank you. Like in Denmark, back in 1976, the water consumption was 170 LPCD, but now it is below 100. So even a country which is urbanized and have all those things, we could have 24/7 water supply at 100 LPCD. So that means actually you need to again bring everything in balance and not focusing on like, I am growing, I need my this one, and or for example, economic growth is there, that means I require more water. Because here we have really showed that you can decouple the economic growth from water consumption. So again, the necessary actions that have to be implemented is very important. And one of the things we saw was the one, for example, technology, what can technology achieve, is that the water meters. So when you implemented the water meters, people started becoming aware of their water consumption. For example, me, I follow my water consumption every day. I see how much water I consume. Even in India, we have all the water meters and everything, and they don't have to be digital water meters. You can actually go and measure it. And in Denmark, what you do, it is not like everyday measurement. It's once a year what you call it, report your water consumption. So in that way, you can do a lot just by involving the people, the technology that is there, and the governance and the policy. So in all these sectors, we need to have the equality of others. And using this, actually, with the data, the non-revenue water, which we talk about like 40 to 45% or 50% could be reduced to 5%. Because when you know what is there out there, then you can go out and reduce the leakages and many different things. So that is one of the things. I think the technology, all these have to go hand in hand. We just cannot focus on one and forget about the others. So the third one is about the water governance. Again, there we need to have the entire water cycle and look into all the different aspects of the governance and have all the inputs from all the different sectors. Then only you can have the right or the sustainable governance. And the last one I will is about how water, because we can take us towards the climate and energy neutrality. So when you have a vision and the right team, then you can actually make the water play an important role into the climate and energy neutral sector too. So in this way, I think just if you focus on one small thing, then maybe you're focusing on that, but we need to like lift us up, see how it is, and in the holistic way, you can actually achieve what you have set your goal for. So that is what we really need to focus on, is the holistic approach, is to bring the balance back to the nature and go towards our goal of achieving the sustainable water sector. And there, I am pretty sure I want also the women, because I was born in India, and went to Denmark back in 93. So I have gone through the entire journey of going and collecting the water from a water tap to when the groundwater came in our vicinity, but also we're 24/7 and back here. So in that entire cycle, I think that involvement of all the sectors, including women, is one of the important ways to achieve the sustainable goals. So with those words, I think I'll have it.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the very beautiful presentation, very much relevant to us.